Hello. For today's Cosmic Key Collective reading, we'll be using the number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The auric field on the bottom of the deck. Alternate reality. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Spring. Manifest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. After the card Manifest came out, this is what fell down. Pay attention. And we arrived upon Congratulations with energy on the bottom of the deck, followed by that congratulatory message. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The cards that flew out: Astral Projection, Mercury, Synchronicities. Last two cards are 174 Hertz, which is related to physical pain and discomfort, security, safety, and the relationship to the root energy center. And then on the bottom, Jupiter, the planet of expansion. So, what is this reading talking about? It's kind of following up on the same theme that has been coming around basically for every live stream I've done and every reading I've been doing recently, where we are going through major energetic upgrades and shifting inside of ourselves, our internal worlds, our perspectives, our basically everything. And this spring is now the season upon which, not in relationship to what you see in the external world. This is like a timeless reading, so what I say spring, what I mean is the birth of something new. So whatever's going on in your internal and external worlds that has shifted drastically, and you're seeing new things start to spring up in the place of what once was there, you're being asked to pay close attention, because whatever it was that you intended to manifest, whether it was consciously or subconsciously, is now coming to fruition. And this card, Auric Field, is referencing outside of yourself. So your auric fields, usually the energetic fields outside of your mental, emotional, and energetic core bodies. It would be the outermost energetic body. So this is speaking on looking at outside of yourself, not for a physical manifestation, but the feeling of that manifestation. That's how it starts. Everything starts energetically and makes its way to the physical, remember? So if you're feeling the change, that's what you need to take notice of. The expansion of that feeling of how things are different, how you're different, what you feel incoming. This is an emotional feeling. This is also a bodily, physical feeling. And this is you magnetizing towards yourself that manifestation. That manifestation is so close that you can feel it, even if you do not physically see it. Even if physically something has not shifted and changed yet, or it's only just starting to. This is feeling the energy with your heart and pulling it in and taking all of the action necessary to continue to draw that towards yourself and make your way towards it. That mantra of what I seek is always seeking me. So whatever it is that you set intention to bring towards yourself, if you're not focused on those things, because all manifestations exist in perpetuity, whatever you want to see magnetized to you is what we need to be focusing on. So communicating that to yourself. What do you need? what needs to change to bring a more healthy and balanced and peaceful existence in for yourself. And pay attention to the synchronicities that are going on in your external world and internal world, and also within the dreams that you experience, because these are giving you clues and little breadcrumbs to follow in the direction of what it is you intend to manifest. Remember that what you focus on, what you put your perspective towards, the light of your focus, is what you're drawing towards yourself. So if we focus on lack, then we will produce more lack. Whatever it is that you are paying attention to and focusing on is very important. That means if you're experiencing things like intrusive thoughts or imposter syndrome or anything similar to that, don't focus on those things. Acknowledge it happened, let it go. You don't have to listen. Because if you focus on that, you're going to draw in more of that energy. Redirecting your focus to healthier things is part of the learning process and the healing and growth that we all are intending for ourselves. So when you catch yourself paying attention to something that's not necessarily the healthiest thing, that's when we say, okay, I noticed it, now I'm going to do something different. Because what is the what is the measure of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over and over and over again, thinking that something's going to change. You are the change. The implementation of doing things differently and adapting to each situation accordingly is how we bring that change in and accept that change. You are the change that needs to occur. And you take the action where necessary, and you observe where necessary. You have the power, and this is the point where you empower yourself by focusing on how your perception and what you pay attention to and what you hold in your heart and what you believe is creating your reality and how you feel about your reality and about yourself. And I know sometimes it can feel incredibly difficult. It's okay to acknowledge that it feels difficult sometimes. It's okay to acknowledge that maybe sometimes you don't feel like doing it. But you know what? A lot of times in our lives, when we have experienced the most pain and suffering, is when someone didn't have the drive within them to remain consistent and continue doing something that was worth doing, because the end result is something healthier and better in terms of less toxic, less dense, less draining. And that the process to get there might feel as though it is a trudge through something so thick and heavy that it feels impossible. But you know what? Those associations teach ourselves and our inner child that they're not worth it, because we don't remain consistent because it feels like too much. We can figure out ways to adapt to that feeling and still get ourselves to the other side of that very uncomfortable, very difficult, arduous feeling thing. And as long as you do small little baby steps towards your intentions, towards your goals, towards that change that you need for yourself, that's all that matters. It's not about how long it takes, it's that you remain consistent with doing those things and reminding yourself why you're making these changes. Because you deserve it, because you need it, because living the way you've lived for forever, for what feels like forever, has become so excruciating that something needs to give. And you're the one who can give that to yourself by doing all of these things for you. Those are acts of self-love and self-care, making the change, being the change. And I believe in you. Even if you don't believe in you right now, I believe in you. And some part of you believes in you too, because you're still here, you're still kicking, and you're still doing it. I love you very much.